Hey, what's going on? Okay, so I have my video listed as unlisted right now, which means that it's not public, but it's also not private. So only people with a certain type of link would have access to this account. So to this video for now. So yeah, I wanted to do a video. I wanted to do a video where I'm taking account of my mental progression because it's been a long time coming for me to just kind of get back into the swing of things in regards to dealing with social media and interacting with people in the future, and also be back on YouTube and on social media. So I needed to do this video because I want to take record of my progress. I want to also be accountable for any type of growth that I have and that I'm working towards. I also want to find any type of yeah, any type of positive like outlook, and just to hold on to that. So I know that there's people who don't see the message and the purpose behind, like, how I'm talking or how I'm speaking. Like, there's always going to be that disconnect with some people when it comes to communication, and it's either that chosen ignorance, or you either understand me or you don't. But then there's the people that just kind of choose to be ignorant and just want to say something slick out the mouth. So this is the video that I'm doing for you guys. Like I said before, this is the video that is meant for me to push forward and to also take account of exactly the things that I'm dealing with, because I think that it needs to be said. Okay, so pardon me, I just say it. So I've literally been in a position where I've had my private life, my personal life, um, just thrown out into the internet and made fun of, like, my personal and private life, and all my little details. And it's so funny for people to say let it go. Like, that's some insensitive, stupid, ignorant shit, because something like that you can't let go. You feel me? Like, when somebody's literally something like that, you can't let go when it comes to somebody in your private life. Like, there's certain things that you can move past, but there people are tying the situation that I did in my past, and trying to make me feel like, I should let go of what's going on right now. All right, forgive me, my allergies are literally like kicking my ass right now too. So, as you've seen in my previous videos in regards to social media and the people that are on social media with the passive aggressive bullshit, I'm dealing with them using that as an excuse for them to stay in my personal and private life. So there's really like no connection to that when they tell me, like, let go. So I'm like, okay, I literally let go of this bullshit years ago. But the reason why I kept bringing it up for, I don't know, like, the reason why I did that video, I think it was what, last year or the year before last. No, I think it was last year. The reason why I did that original video is because people literally were making fun of other things to hold over my head, personal private shit that had nothing to do with the whole YouTube stuff. Like, I had let that shit go a long time ago, but people were so fucking obsessed and so fucking petty that they decided to use my private life and other kind of like shenanigans to, I guess, to either punish me in a way or just be petty and immature. And I'm just like, yo, like, I've, it's bullshit, really. It, it's fucking crazy. Like, all right, so people are not being accountable, and they're projecting a lot of the bullshit that they are trying to put onto me. But it's really a lot of the shit that that's going on with them. I didn't do a script, but I did my notes, and I have a lot of notes. So I'm not gonna say things like like I don't have I didn't type out a script, but I did write something down in my notes. And I made myself a journal. Basically, I made myself a mental journal, and just to kind of help me just write out my thoughts. So I don't have a script to tell you guys exactly like what the accounts of my life and dealings are, but I do have some major points, some bullet points about like exactly what it is that I want to discuss with you guys. So yeah, so here it is. And it's so fucking funny because like literally I like it's a shame. I know that I will not be able to move off on this to the extent that I want to. And mind you, like, okay, again, there's people literally going to like make fun of me for the way I'm talking, but I'm trying to word myself in a way which makes the most ignorant people competent. Just like in a sense, because at the end of the day, go fuck yourself. But also I want to be able to make sure that my message is clear. So people are saying that, oh, like, you're miserable. People are calling me miserable and saying that and they're twisting around and saying that I'm obsessed. Like I won't let the whole situation go. And I'm like, are you fit? Okay. Here we go, 'cause I'm a visual learner. So let's go. So hopefully you can see this. So here we are. The situation, here's me in the situation of like, 2015, like, yo, this bitches, it's like literally about like what, 6 years, almost 6 years ago, like, yo. So 2016, 15, I don't know. Let's say 15. 2015. This is me. Here's this shit that had happened. What was the face? Once I needed to say what I needed to say, I moved on. I fucking moved on. I did like, what is it, up until like April or May on YouTube. And then after that, I left because I was tired of like all the little bullshit videos from other YouTubers and the trolls and stuff like that. So I was like, like, let me do the shadow work, because I can take and I can handle constructive criticism. So in order for me to do that, there was like a load of it though. Like, yo, like, y'all, I swear, y'all bitches were like a dog with a fucking bone. Like, but I took the time off to just reflect and literally just to kind of see exactly like, okay, well, what is it about me feeling so protective of my ideas, my video ideas, or anything, to that effect. And what's funny is just that in the future, the same people who were literally like, complaining about me approaching somebody about taking some of my ideas, you guys started acting the same way how I did in the future. I'm same way how I did, like, and I was just like, wow, like, it's like hypocrites. I'm telling you, it's wild. So when I came back in 2017, no, excuse me, when I came back the following year, I think that was like 2016, 2017. Like, I don't remember the exact year because like that's how fucking over I am. Because I'm just like, yo, but y'all bitches, like, seriously, like, to still stay in my motherfucking business because you guys honestly have no fucking life, or you're using me as some type of like emotional battery. And yeah, you're just some unaccountable, selfish, miserable piece of shit. It's like, that's like literally, you guys are projecting. I'm telling you, like, yo. All right, so anyway, like I said, I came back, and then it was just like all this. That's when like more that passive aggressive bullshit came from other YouTubers and sources and stuff like that. Like, yo, like, I'm like, damn, bitch, really? I didn't catch on to the fact that people were still that people were hacking my accounts and being in my personal life until much later. So, oh look, there's one person that joined. Hello. So, hey, what's up? So yeah, all right. 2017, I literally come back and I'm seeing a whole bunch of passive aggressive shit, and that's literally what I was saying in my video. And I was just like, yo, like what is with this bullshit? So while you guys were still talking about the situation from YouTube in 2016, 2016, I decided to make my own channel. I was just like, oh, like let me make my own channel, Love Bees Honey, you know, this, that, here, da, and the third. I did my own thing. Like I put Just Bees Honey on ice, and I decided to do Love Bees Honey instead. So I was just like, you know, fuck you guys. I'm gonna make my own little community. Some are separate, and just, you know, practice on my social media stuff because I took like, you know, a very long break. People on social media and stuff were still talking shit. And by the time that I grew out of the whole like, basically by the time I grew out of the bullshit of the guilt tripping and the nagging and stuff that y'all were going through, which is basically a bunch of like hypocritical bullshit. I was over that. That's when y'all started like, you know, talking about my own personal and private life, shit that I didn't put on social media, like stuff that you were literally had to be in my fucking business in order to know and discuss. And that's when I started. That's when I started getting like really fucking petty, because first I was becoming very understanding. I was like, look, you know what, I did the shadow work, you know, I sat with my feelings and I was like, I reflected, and I was just like, well, maybe, you know, like all ideas are not copied. People can have the same ideas and stuff like that. You know, like I'm always about growth. So I gave you guys the benefit of the doubt and I listened to your suggestions, but a lot of the stuff that was going on, she fucking lied about. And it's a shame because like a lot of the shit that's happening right now is just a lot of passive aggressive bullshit that I had recently reached out to Jackie Aina, Leah J, and fuck, I keep forgetting her name. Forever Flawless something. And Tootsie. So it's just like, yo, like I'm all about conflict resolution. Because I've literally tried to reach out to people before and just to discuss stuff. But now it's just like, okay, well, like, fuck. Like, you guys are making, like, this shit bigger than what it needed to be. Like, you guys were literally just hypocritical people. And now y'all making up stories. Like, okay, so, like, who's fucking, like, looking at you guys? Like, look, I literally been minding my fucking business. But every single time when I'm trying to mind my business, you guys want to be in my face. Like, it's like one of those exes that just needs to tell you, hey, look, I'm happy in this new relationship. Bitch, fuck you guys. Like, yo, like, good for you. Stop trying to contact me. Like, honestly, like, I don't need to know any of y'all fucking business, okay? Anytime when I'm trying to like, you know, make my own type of connections with other people, like I don't need to know anything about like, you know, oh, that they don't like me because, you know, they heard this, that, here, and the third, like this type of story or something like that. The only reason why I made those videos is literally because you bitches honestly couldn't let me go and you needed to sneak diss and be very passive aggressive and plastic. So I'm just like, look, like what's the real deal? Like what the fuck is your problems? So unfortunately, no one decided to reply, which just it slays me. So it was a bunch of like, you know, oh, at me, oh, I don't take any hints. Bitch, first off, you guys were all passive aggressive. And I literally had subtweeted you guys. Quote tweeted you guys. And then I was just like, okay, well, since you're not responding, I'm just gonna, you know, be passive aggressive too, but I'm gonna like talk in my own platform about literally like what was going on. Because everybody is due their fucking part when it comes to like, you know, having an interview or something like that. Like we've literally seen it. Like every single time when somebody's in like the hot seat, people needed to hear both sides. There's two sides of the story, so you hear both sides. Like, you know, even in like Hollywood recently, even like what was it? with Britney Spears, like, you know, if you see those interviews with like with Michael Jackson, with Whitney Houston, or just anybody, like you get the other perspective of the other person because, you know, because you become a hot topic. And it's crazy on how many times I've like literally tried to move on from this situation, and you guys are literally making it your agenda to become relevant. And I'm just like, bitches, move the fuck on. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So here it was in 2018, 2019, with Love Beats Honey, and trying to make my own community, but the same shit happened again. Whereas it's like, you know, a bunch of people were literally trying to undermine literally all my connections and network. And of course, we're gonna have some people talk, you know, some people from the bleachers talking the nosebleed seats, because that means basically, you know, you are not in, like, you are nowhere like near affected to the situation, yet, you know, you happen to be chiming in. And the only reason why you're chiming in is not because of this video, but is because like your nosy ass was literally in my fucking business without my permission before today, like before I even put this my videos and my information out. So like, get the fuck out of here. So anyway, as I said, with Love Beats Honey, I did my thing. I try to have like my own little connections with people like that, and it was just like a bunch of like two-faced stuff. I started slowly pulling away from other people because I noticed, even in like, you know, social and personal life, like, yo, people were just being like too motherfucking two-faced, and I really don't go for that shit. Okay, I really don't. A lot of times when I was like, you know, adding people or trying to talk to people, first off, it was just like, oh, like, you know, I don't take hints. Speak up. That's how you guys were. And that's great. Somebody who's very direct like myself would literally like to handle the situation directly. But since I added you guys, is some wannabe cute shit. And actually that's something I put down in minutes. Because I'm just like, look, I just really needed to put this down, because keeping it all within my head wasn't really working. And also, you guys have been literally overstepping boundaries and not being like, it's just so sad, because like some of you guys are adults, some of you guys have kids, and I'm just like, yo, like that's just fucking scary. Because I mean, honestly, you're unfit. You're unfit. So these notes I wrote earlier today, but I did have some other notes that I made yesterday or the day before yesterday. But this video is, I'm telling you, it's so overdue, yo. Bitches. So yeah, I want to be able to do these videos as like a mental health, just progression, like a mind progression and a check-in. Like it doesn't need to be about this content. Definitely doesn't need to be about this content all the time. If I ever happen to see anything like, you know, it's like, okay, hey, check-in. It's been many moons since I've moved past this, and it's been negative days since, you know, these bitches decide to, I guess, move forward. You feel me? Like, and please don't try to do a low blow thinking that you are clever by trying to say something and was like, oh, like, look at the way she's talking and stuff like that. If someone has been traumatized literally and have gone through depressing moments, then yeah, there's going to be some type of like, you know, not a speech impediment, but just like some type of, I guess, speech handicap, in which, yeah, like the conversation is just going to be a bit lacking. But then again, you know, you can also just be a dumb stupid bitch, just like, you know, always looking for something to say. Like, you know the message, you know the intent, you know where I'm going with this. So why don't you just escort your ass out of here? Because honestly, you're not trying to be educated, and you're not trying to listen. You're just trying to be a hating ass bitch. So go back to orientation, get your little pen, sign in sheet, tell people that you did your job today. Like, yo. So anyway, yes. So here is the thing. Here is the thing. You talk about my triggers that I've overcome and desensitized, and then blame the traumas or make front of them. Like, I've reached a level where I'm not being sensitive to your guys' opinions because after a while, for the long time, I've literally put my needs on the back burner for other people so that way I can actually grow as a person and also I can be considerate to you guys. But literally, it wasn't about me fixing myself because then you guys started literally pointing out other things that had nothing to do with me addressing somebody for copying my stuff. And also, furthermore, if somebody said that they didn't copy my stuff, like, don't you think that, but they lied about other things, like, don't you think that they possibly could have lied about, the ideas that they got from the copy? Like, does it not compute? Does not compute. I can help you to an extent because I'm a bit impatient, but like you would think you would really think that somebody would have had the common sense to be like, well, maybe this person who hasn't been very honest about what's going on would have admitted to like, hold on, because I'm trying to look up some stuff. I had to. All right. So since a lot of my stuff has been hacked, I'm literally just kind of going off beat, just kind of basically freestyling exactly what I have, like my thoughts and stuff like that, because unfortunately things are regurgitated through other people, and I'm just like, no, like. So if anybody has said anything already, then you've had a head start. But like, I'm literally just. It's really funny how someone actually supposedly didn't know who I was and know my account, and yet was so quick to just like find an email from me. Like, I'm like, yo, I don't know who you are, because like my name went from Bees Oh Honey to Just Bees Honey, and then when I added a certain person, they immediately found my email and was like willing to reply, like they were waiting for it. You feel me? Like they were waiting for me to reply. Anyway. Okay, so this is my first time doing something like this, so I'm gonna forgive myself for kind of being a little bit all over the place because, again, I just wanted this to be raw. I don't want anything, I don't want this to be, I don't. I don't want the answers. I don't want the prepared answers or my stuff that I was gonna put down or say like regurgitated and used against me because like literally like people are so fucking lazy and talentless. It's ridiculous. All right, so here we go. People are very unaccountable. The things that they tweet passive aggressively. So they were saying like, oh, like, at me, like that's what they were saying. But then when I actually at them, it's just like, oh, like, I see you're already looking miserable and I didn't want to answer that. I'm just like, bitch, are you kidding me? Like you literally just said within like, a short ass time frame for me to at you. And you guys are trying to act all cocky, but then it's just like, oh no, like I don't want to talk. That's what I call Chihuahua teacup dog behind the fence bullshit. Like, like it's like you're barking and you're acting like you want something, like you want to start something, and then when somebody's approaching the fence, then you're backing off but you're still barking, and I'm just like, yo, like, I hate that shit. Like, yo, I really want some direct situations. Like, yo, I don't, bitch. Like, trust me, I'm not in an emotional part where like the things you're going to say is going to hurt my feelings, because at this point, like, you literally put all my shit out there, so it's like You put all my shit out there. I literally had to, and I have to, just push through with, with my chin up. And I'm over here breaking down barriers and generational curses. Um, and while also simultaneously, like, inspiring you bitches. So yeah, it's like, bring it on. Like, honestly, what do you have to say? Like, what do you have to say for yourself? You have nothing. Like, jealous of what? Jealous of who? Like, yo, it's so funny. Like, yo, y'all be saying things like, oh, like, I'm literally in no competition with anybody, okay? Seems like you guys are in competition with me. And I'm not talking about the little material little shit and like, okay, like you have your little families and this, that here, and the third though, but it's like all of a sudden now everybody wanna go back to school. All of a sudden it's just like, cars and stuff like that. Like you guys are dismissing things that I wanted for myself for a very long time. I've spent years putting other people's lives before my own, or thinking that, hey, look, if I help you, then maybe we can get up together and like, achieve something. But I'm literally going out for mines and my goals because it's overdue. So I'm fully worrying about myself, and you bitches are literally trying to, again, it's just like some type of like stalky, sad ex that just like literally like needs to like, be relevant by trying to make me miserable and trying to like worry about exactly what it is I'm up to. And I'm just like, bitch, I've never seen such patheticness. Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yo, honestly, I reached a point where I just, you know, I wanted to move on, like then move on. And I did. But why the fuck do you need to monitor and hack my information and my life in order to make your life feel better? Seriously. And you can put on a front and say that, oh, that's not me anymore. Like, I'm not doing this and this, that, here, and a third though. But yet somehow I'm pretty sure through your burners and through, these little snide ass comments that I'm seeing from people who I'm trying to like network with, people, strangers. I'm definitely going to be showing like recordings and whatnot like that of like literally the shit that I've been going through. In fact, I really want, and to this day and forever, I want people to tell me exactly where it is that you're finding my information from on like what site and what platform. Like, how are you getting this information? I didn't fucking post it, because I'm telling you right now that this shit is not cool. Like, why would I even put my fucking like business out there like that? Like, I have to, because now it is, and because you guys have manipulated and distorted information. So now I'm just basically putting everything out there because, like, yo, I want to be real transparent. I don't want to be the fake, selective, transparent. Like, no, like, bitch, you obviously have seen enough about my life. So here, like, yo, get the facts, but also get the facts and not get these assumptions from people who obviously don't understand me and couldn't comprehend me, and just like negative, little, sad, miserable, just pathetic ass bitches. So yeah. All right. So this is the things I've been putting down in my mental book, because again, it's really helpful. And so I was hearing something about trauma does not build character, which is funny because for the longest, like, see, everything that I do, you guys try to contradict and try to bring shame to it. Like, here's the bigger picture. By putting this much pressure and putting this much attention and obsession into me, um, you guys are making it less devastating for people who really should be in fucking trouble, like, like Ted Cruz or Britney Spears' father, like somebody, like, somebody who's really done like some bad shit, Donald Trump, like, somebody who's done like some bad shit. And you guys literally have put you guys have tried to put the pressure on me, um, the same type of pressure, like, that should be on other people, but you haven't, because now they're feeling like damned if you do, damned if you don't. They're basically going to give you an empty apology and just move the fuck on, because they have resources, they have family, they have money, they have resources, they can just move on from it. They're not really sorry. You just probably want to hear that sorry, and then you're going to hold it over them like some type of nagging wife or nagging spouse or something like that, like they got cheated on. And you're just going to try to make somebody miserable, but they're not going to give a fuck at the end of the day. At least I did the fucking work, the fucking like emotional work, where I listened to you guys, because at a point I did feel bad, because I thought that, hey, maybe we can all just kumbaya. Because all right, again, if you watch that first video, and that other little person from that group forum, she felt really bad, and she was just like that, like at a point in my life that kind of stuff will really touch me because I don't know, I was just like too fucking sensitive, and now that is so not that is so not what's happening now. Because honestly, fuck y'all feelings because literally y'all did not consider mine, and y'all literally are still fucking obsessive and miserable ass cunts. So with that said, um yeah, like I'm just goodness. And it's so sad because I'm not even saying it with anger in my heart. I'm saying it with like pure disgust. And I'm just like, yo, I'm just tired. Um like not tired, miserable, but just like this is just pointless. The type of energy that you guys are like, expending shit is totally wasted upon me for you guys to be miserable. It should be literally at the bigger picture, at bigger things, and that is so disrespectful, not to me, but I mean it's disrespect. Like you basically have crossed my boundaries because I've act like this is right here, like it's not right, which is why you're so passive aggressive and cowardly. But it's just insane that your lack of intelligence just doesn't make you want to pursue greater things for yourself and for just the country and for your future. It's just it's really dumb stupid. And that's why I said, and to this day, I'm not regretting this part when I say that I'm better than you guys, because literally, of course, I'm talking about the people who are literally been trying to like tear me down and been bitter and taking my ideas and stuff like that. Like, yo, fuck you. Okay? Like, I am better than you. I'm not better than everybody, but I'm better than the way how you're behaving, because this is like the no bullshit blunt talk. Like there's people that there's that expression that everybody has been saying and hasn't felt any bad energy from it. This is the line that you've been saying. People like where it's like people who try to pull you down are already beneath you. That's basically the same thing. It's like me saying I'm better than you. It just hurts your feelings more because coming from me. And honestly, that's a personal issue. Okay, go fuck yourself. So yeah, it's literally the same thing. Like, I'm not saying that I'm better than everybody, but I'm better than you bitches that seem to be really, really fucking hating, and a fan. So yeah, so there was like really no reason for you guys to be expending like this much energy upon me, except that I have been giving you guys inspiration and just being more grateful with life. You're welcome. Okay, like seriously. I don't expect people to stop. And because of that, I'm not going to stop pursuing exactly the things that I want to do, but I'm also not going to stop putting the boundaries. I'm not gonna, like, my boundaries are not gonna come down. So you can forget that. I'm literally going to try to strengthen and maintain my boundaries for as long as I live. And this is with like y'all, like I'm telling you, yo, like celebrities, people just like high up, people that you wouldn't even believe. Like, yo, everybody just happens to know my fucking business though. But just remember that the people who are literally being passive aggressive, cowardly, and stupid, just keep that in your head, that I will remind you that I'm better than you all the time, because literally, this is literally how you're acting, okay? Literally, literally, literally. Okay, thank you. Because I know you're going to make fun of that too. I'll be selling it in my shop. All right, so yeah, trauma does not build character. It's funny that you guys say that when literally, like, not too long ago, I was saying that, if I can go back in time to just change some things, I was just like, yeah, I would. But mostly it would be about, like, me helping certain people. I wish that I'd never met or wanted to help certain people, like, for real, for the life of me. But y'all were just like, oh, like trying to make me feel guilty for like every little thing. You were just like, oh, like, you should never regret our past because it makes us who we are today. So why would you say something now that says like trauma does not build character? Like you feel how contradicting that sounds like? I mean, a lot of times that you be saying bullshit. You be talking out of your ass, literally, and contradicting yourself. And then you happen to fall into those same type of words and do an oopsie in the future. And I'm just like, God, you're so stupid. Yeah, society, I'm telling you, a lot of you guys are just really dumb. Um yeah, I'm just mm-mm-mm. Okay, trauma does not build character. Stop praising when people hurt you. Da, 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 da. I'm just like, look, I think trauma can build character, especially if you're strong enough. Like, if anything, we're trying to see the bright side and making the best out of a negative experience in our lives. And it's your bystanding observation, participation, and ignorance that makes people with like traumatic experiences like fold. Um, makes people with traumatic experience as weak or fold. Like, okay, so like you guys are weak. You guys would fold when it comes to like the stuff that you guys are judging people who have traumatic experiences. Some people who've had enough trauma, um, they they off themselves. Like yo, like we see it all the time. Like it's so crazy that you so like social media right now is like trying to boast like, oh, thank goodness I'm healthy. Thank goodness, I have my friends and my family and this, that, here, and the third. I'm like, good things don't last forever, sweetie. You do make sure that you talk a good game, but there be one day where you're not healthy. One day where you have to be taking care of your family because they're not healthy, and you're shit out of luck. And there's another one where somebody was making fun of people who don't have parents or like uh, or parents like that, I guess, that care enough about them. And I'm just like, no, no. Maybe people either like, okay, maybe people don't know how to, be a good parent. This, that, here, and the third. It was a lot of picky toxic kind of stuff that you see on social media, and the suggestions and the advice that people were giving was just like, you have to get used to people not liking you, and that's fair. Like that's the part that I was letting go. What I'm not letting go is the fact that you guys are looking into my personal life and being incredibly overstepping a boundary. Like there's nothing about having emotional strength or mental, just letting it go when it comes to that sort of thing. And if people are not willing to uh let's see, if people are not willing to man up and just talk about it, and you want to stay toxic, then I mean that's totally all up on you. But as for me, I would like to move on. Okay. And so I'm only going to do my part. I can't expect anything from you guys. So I'm moving accordingly. I don't want to do this whole pettiness back and forth shit. It just seems like you guys really are miserable at the end of the day. And I expect nothing less than narcissists like you to just hover, or whatever is pronounced, and to just either come back to me because, like, I mean, it's been years that you guys have been literally obsessive about my behaviors and my activity, and I don't know. I swear to being like, it's like a child pretending. It's like an adult, a young adult who pretends to be so independent, but then comes back home to mom to be codependent and just and needy and just always being there for like as a resource, or it's just like a person who is you're basically going to depend on me like a parent. You're going to depend on me like a fucking honestly, I mean, I don't take this is not my ego, but like like a fucking Bible. Like you think that you're gonna try to pretend like you're independent of me, but because you guys have literally become so fucking toxic, it's not gonna be an easy thing. Like I know this, okay? I'm not even saying this with any type of cockiness or ego. It's just like this is literally the things that I'm expecting because of my awareness, um, and my evaluation of you guys. So this is just me being prepared. And I can't and I don't want to keep tabs on you bitches. I literally just want to move forward with my life and also make it clear that the things that you guys are hearing about me, you're gonna hear it from me, my source, like the source. Because if you're gonna literally like listen to anything, then you should probably listen to the person saying it. And the person's not gonna give you like some bullshit ass story, because a lot of these bitches right out here, like, seriously, are so fake and giving you these little wax covered little stories about themselves, trying to seem relatable, but they're so fake, yo. So I see a lot of resistance in other people from, like, accepting their faults or part and helping destroy or hurt somebody. And then they just, like, check it off with a sweet. I swear to beans, yo, people will literally just post a fucking tweet or two about, like, oh, I'm always learning, I'm a better person and stuff like that, but no meaning behind it. Like, or have you literally seen any type of like spiritual work? Like, totally I doubt it. Doubt it. They just so fucking shit. Mm. So here's the thing. What is the reason really to to watch me and to like stay up on my metaphorical dick? Like, I mean, what is the purpose? Like, what is the reason? You guys have made it seem as if, I mean, obviously, it doesn't seem like, you guys have, it's definitely a power kind of struggle kind of situation where you love power, you love control, you love obsessing, and you think that this stalking thing is going to benefit you in a way where you can either like take my ideas, but I've kind of come up with some things on my own. So work around this. So this is just something that we're gonna have to go through this together. Sweetie, are you off the phone? Okay, my friend's in the background. So all right. Well, I thought it was later. All right, so yeah, my buddy's in the back. So anyway, because I don't want to be too long in this, but I just, this is my first time, my first video, my first journal entry regarding the situation. So let me about getting all this information. So like, let me just get this down. Yeah, like all right. So you guys act like you know everything. That you give all this advice. You feel me? Like, why are you giving me like advice? I guess like, why do you guys think that you're being helpful? Or why do you guys think that I'm trying to be perfection? Like, I'm not trying to be perfect. I've literally have mentioned before, I'm perfectly imperfect, but like, I'm working on myself, because that's literally all that I've been meaning to do and all that I've worked towards doing. I'm trying to get myself back into not back into exactly who I was before these things happened, but definitely closer, because like, I also want to become more wiser and like mentally stronger, because emotionally stronger. Okay, because I don't want to be very sensitive to y'all to you guys feelings. And I'm not. I like, oh god, it was a long time coming. Like, I gotta thank the Lord on that one, because I am just not as sensitive to your opinions, not as sensitive to your fucking feelings, to your considerations. Fuck y'all. I literally only care about people who literally care about me, and I care in respect to certain strangers. But it's just like, y'all, if I know that your energy is offending, it's meant to be offensive and toxic, then it's just like, yo, seriously, go fuck yourselves. So yeah, let's just go off on the list. Basically, you guys have by you guys, I don't mean like everybody that's watching me. I mean like literally the toxic people, because this is really for them. So they have no real sympathy or accountability. They don't they've never sat down with the thoughts. Not really. They have yes men. They have enablers and or people who act like them and don't want to be accountable. So they convince themselves that this behavior is like, acceptable. And again, you think that, okay, if I'm supposed to be the bad guy, how come you guys are literally trying to nitpick on every little thing that I'm fucking doing and trying to hold my hand like a baby with your little passive aggressive advice? Like it it goes back to denial with you guys. You feel me? Like you're literally looking at my life that has no connection to what um is YouTubey just so you can be fucking mean girls. Like, look, there's nothing, literally nothing that you can say that's going to make me feel guilty for approaching you this way and for standing my ground because I'm built on fairness. And I know that the earth, like, I know that the world is not fair. And you guys have literally said it before, like, yo, like, you guys don't do fairness. And you also have said before, like, um, you said, like, no one will save me. And you said things like, basically like we understand but we don't care, and I was like, okay, well, noted, but there's literally somebody out there who will care. There's literally somebody who's out there that is going to give a damn, and besides myself. So maybe did you ever think with your conceited asses that my message wasn't for you bitch asses? Like, you feel me? Like, apparently whatever type of narrative and story that you told these people will try to convince them not to go ahead and consider my side. But you have to, like, the person who's literally having this opportunity to decide on which way to go, like, fuck who has literally been duped by the opposite party. Like, would you imagine, like, okay, why would somebody be so fucking committed to stay in contact and obsessed about that person's daily lifestyle? You feel me? It's not something that they put down on public on social media. It's something that something is going on behind closed doors and like in their own personal life. Like, why would you think that somebody who's been that controlling and obsessive is gonna be a good person and have good intentions? Like, I said to myself, like, yo, like, I'm not a fully good person. Like, I'm, like I said, I'm perfectly imperfect. And I've also taken account of exactly the things that I've done. And if you call me on any type of bullshit, yo, like, and that's another thing. Like, the story that they've made up, they don't they don't want me to argue with, because literally I don't know exactly what it is that I'm fighting. And I don't even know where the sources are that my personal business is out. Like where the location is. So for people to be like, okay, well, maybe, she's because this is what I'm imagining, because unfortunately, again, like, the only thing that I know or that I have the intuition of is literally things that I see on social media when people become, like, when people do a switch up, and I see, like, the passive aggressive bullshit. So if anyone's literally saying anything relative to the fact, like, oh, maybe she posted it herself, and I'm just like, the fuck, why would I post my own personal private life out there when I really don't want any of that attention at all? Like, that would just literally send somebody over a cliff. Like, why would I do that? Like, I'm not that fucking obsessive. Like, that's so fucking mental, and that's disgusting. I too like why would people, like, you have to, like, you honestly have to be putting like two and two together. Why are people being so fucking passive aggressive? It's because they want to have that control. It's because they want to pretend like they're actually, good. They, like, these stories that they have, like, they want to stay in power. They have been literally using me as a fucking energy source, as a fucking battery, and just getting all types of just whatever desires and feelings, like, that they can out of, like, looking at my life. And I'm just like, yo, like, I used to feel bad for literally, like, attacking you back, for being reactive to y'all bullshit. I used to feel bad for that. But literally, I have no regrets. I have no fucking regrets. So y'all can take that and y'all can eat it, because I literally have no fucking regrets at all for that. So you can go ahead and be as vindictive and disgusting and obsessive with me as much as you want to, but just know fully right now that it's not something that I'm condoning. You do you, and I'm moving accordingly. Okay. So yeah, all right. So in my notes, I was talking about, like, how you guys act like you know everything, but you really don't. You really don't. And I want to go on more about this because again, I wanted to kind of correlate, like I want to connect this with like video and recordings that I have. But unfortunately, I needed to make this video live because then people wouldn't be able to prepare themselves to kind of say or counter till after I posted this video. But yeah, I was discussing this with somebody the other day. So they kind of already know. So, in a way, in a sense, um, yeah. So, all right. So I was talking about like how you guys had got scammed by the young woman Sia. You guys had like there was like this major hashtag uh, to find this girl, and she was hiding. You guys got played by that, and then Ted Cruz, and then there's other things like people who do fucked up shit, like real fucked up shit, who should feel guilty and feel real, like and sit down with their feelings and stuff like that. You guys have given the opportunity for them to just be like, damn if I do, damn if I don't, and just be like, fuck it. Like the bigger picture was you guys should have just moved on. And now because of that, you've allowed other people now and in the future to just be like, well, whatever. People are not going to give a damn. And people shouldn't, honestly. I mean, if this is the way how you guys are behaving, like fucking nagging ass like kids, then it's just like, okay, well, this is not gonna hurt me, especially since I have like resources. You feel me? And since I'm becoming like more and more restrictive with my considerations and my feelings. You're not gonna affect other people too. Like shaming and guilt, like that can only go but so far because now people are becoming more desensitized, as they should, because you're applying that shit too much. So yeah. You guys are just losing. I'm telling you, it's so sad. Like so many opportunities just lost. Like it's stupidity, but it's what you can say. So anyway, what is the purpose of this anymore? Because you guys were selfish, abusive, greedy, unable to find any purpose, value, talent for your own selves, and miserable. And there's no projection on my part. You guys just really suck. What stories? Yeah, like like exactly what kind of stories have you made up about me? It's just like like because I know that they've been fucking elaborate. Examples of like feeding false narratives, staying in power, and I just look at things like like recently in media when you see a lot of people like in media just be put in tabloids with the very harsh agenda. I'm just like over the harsh story. I'm just like, damn, like I feel for them and for some of them. Excuse me, for some of them, but all right. Let me just go because I don't want this to be too long. So you should have no problem with like telling me where the information, live action footage is because what harm could it do, right? Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, like if someone is telling you that I'm oversharing, like tell me where, how, like how are you getting this information? Like I'm literally telling you it's not with my permission. Like I even have like little notes around my house because I don't know exactly like how they're seeing and stuff like that. Like I had my wits end last was it late last year because I was over it. I was over and done with like the bullshit. I think that was like literally like that was my turning point where I started being so sensitive to y'all feelings. So it's like, stop having control, stalk. I'm like, if they're telling you differently, if people are trying to not tell you, if people are not trying to allow you to tell me exactly where the location is, like ask yourself why. I'm like, like it's like stop having control, stalking and obsessing over me. And they don't want to because of that reason. And also because they don't want to get in trouble. Yeah. Ask or did it try to make it seem like it would be silly to share that information with me in a joking or shaming way? Like, like did they make it seem like, in like a playful way, like it would be a joke, like in a joking or shameful way? Did they try to make it seem like telling me wouldn't make any sense, or what would be the purpose of telling me, like anything to that effect. Sorry, my allergies are low. Why would anyone? Okay, okay. Um, dude. All right. If they're not afraid to show the location of where my life is like broadcasted, and like, someone tell me this is me being open and vulnerable and willing to communicate. So just like, tell me, like, it's just wild. It's like so wild. It's like, yo, people just can't let me go. It just, you guys don't fully own up to your own flaws and bad habits. Like, you don't. And I put down, like, you guys have been calling me miserable, but like, sweethearts, like, y'all can't handle daily life situations, like the bare minimum. You guys bitch and moan. Like, you guys can't even handle like the basic shit your damn selves. You come back here to me to be your battery, emotional punching bag, and this is like why you guys are competing. And just like, who was thinking of going into business and business ideas and Ivy League school and going back to school and advancing your finances and your credit scores and stuff like that. Just like accept your own projections, basically. Like all that other stuff, like, yo, like that's competing. Like the things that I've been literally trying to do for my own self, for my own, like for my own good, because these are things that I was responsible for before, this shit had happened. Like, the only thing I have to be guilty of was like addressing somebody for copying my shit, and you guys try to guilt me for it. And because so and so had said that, oh, like maybe not all the ideas were like, had other sources though, but like, come on now, like it'd have been nice if somebody actually would have been like fucking honest and been like, oh yeah, well yeah, this did happen, like, yo, and we actually would have had to talk about it. But no, y'all just like being some little snickering dumb bitches. I'm just like, it's just a joke, literally. I can't help but think of like you guys as the little Muppets from Jim Henson's The Labyrinth. Like, yo, you just in the closet, just snickering, just ugly hearted, dumb, stupid bitches. Okay. And so yeah, I mean, and I'm just saying, like, literally all y'all. I'm not really just focusing on like just a few people. I'm just talking about like literally all y'all negative people. Like literally, just take that bow. Yeah, I'm just like, yo, like credit scores and all this. I'm just like, boom, you're in competition now. Like, yo, just dumb and passive aggressive. Like, yo, punk ass shit. Like, what the fuck? Ah. And I'm supposed to like after a certain while, it becomes a joke. Like seriously, you guys become a really just sad, pathetic joke. So like the only way I would have been like at all like impressed or moved is just like if in a real teachable moment is just you guys would have spoke like the fuck up. But alas, you don't. Oh goodness. So yeah, that's basically my thing. And um if you go ahead and continue to mock me, it's just very funny and also a blessing that God has given me uh the the sight to see you guys catch your comeuppance with this either you or somebody that you actually care about or like I have literally recorded moments like to come in my field of vision where I see you guys catching your karma. I mean, but just like even like a light karma or something like that. But it's just like I'm blessed to see that part where yeah, you guys would judge me for something and then bam, you guys fall into that same kind of situation or it's worse. Like okay, because like I said again, you guys were trying to like harp on me for copying, like not copying for me being like copied. So you guys were literally in situations where you were, yeah, ah, you guys were addressing other people for copying your stuff. And I was just like, so wait. And it didn't look that similar for you guys. And I was just like, well, wait, but how is that kosher? And it's just like, yo, like you guys just, oh my gosh. Okay, now I saw something. Yeah, like just looking at the things that you guys have done, it's just so wild. But yeah, like I said, I know I'm not better than everyone in the world, and like that's not the type of ego that one would want to have, especially as I had said that, like before, as I had addressed that I'm an INFJ. It was like it's not something that I would want to say. That's not something I would want to say, period. But I know that I'm better than you. It maybe doesn't sound as nice as, someone's not on my level and this, that, here, and the third. But honestly, bitches, be honest with yourselves. You guys have not said anything as nearly as polite. And the fact that I hurt your feelings is because it's true. So work on that. Yeah. All right. I think I'm just gonna leave it at that right now. So if I have anything else, then I don't know. I'll bring it to the table. But this is just, my first journal entry, and I will keep you guys up to date. But this, I think, will love bees honey. I want to take it to I want to make this more of my road to social freedom, basically, and just working through all the bullshit that I've, I myself have allowed myself to become a part of when it comes to being too emotionally sensitive to other people's feelings. Like, fuck y'all. Seriously. Grow the hell up. Whether you do or don't, I don't have any time and I really don't care. So, I don't care to the sense where I'm going to hold your fucking hand and make you feel better about yourself because, you are feeling maybe an inkling bit bad. I'm like, no, get the fuck out of here. You have plenty of opportunity to work on yourselves and actually move accordingly in a more mature way. But unfortunately, you're still stuck up on my fucking tit like okay. Let me go. Because honestly, again, the only thing I would like to do moving forward is to just take record of my life and the fact that I'm trying to make strides and catch up on the things that I should have been doing instead of, caring about other people. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to just Beast Honey and work on my more creative stuff. And Love Beast Honey, I'm just gonna be working on my road to social freedom because I think that it's beneficial for people who literally have been in situations where they've had to deal with narcissists and flying monkeys. And so fuck your narratives, people. Stop being cowards. Stop trying to be those little teacup dogs behind the fence and man up or shut up. All right.